We had $15 from the Aardvark, who said, "What's up, AGDQ? Had to donate during one of my favorite games of last gen, Mirror's Edge. Let's make sure everyone affected with cancer in the future is still alive at the end. Good luck to all the runners and save the animals." $50 from Zintho9, who said, "Shout out to Science the Rat for getting first on the Stepmania leaderboard. Can't wait for the upcoming showcase from Staiain. Kill those animals." $50 from ZuffleZ06. He said, "Amazing event, guys. So entertaining and for an even greater cause to boot. My grandmother died of a brain tumor many years ago, stealing away a lot of time to be with her. And my young 5-year-old nephew was diagnosed with leukemia a few years back. And I remember the feeling when we learned it. Luckily, he is doing well now and finished his chemotherapy. Hopefully we can all kick cancer to the curb so no one else will have to know how that feels." $5 from Elite Fog. He said, "Have to donate since it was Mirror's Edge that got me interested in speedrunning. This is my first AGDQ and I'm loving it. One of my favorite things is seeing all these amazing games from all aspects of gaming history. This is a great event for a great cause. Happy to be a part of it." We have $25 from Taro Nuke, who said, "Let's see Staiain play my Megalovania Step File. Hashtag Stepmania." Adam W. gave $15 and said, "Wanted to donate at least once this GDQ. Good luck to Staiain from the Osu community." Hartomo gave $5 and said, "Cherno, raise your fairies. Cherno, please say more than 2 words this year. Let Cherno choose where this goes." Awesome. It looks like we're getting really close to starting now. This will be a very exciting one. Yes, this is Stepmania on the keyboard. Sharpie gave $15 and said, "Adrenaline is pumping like a generator of blockbusters. I hope you'll try it because there's no fate. Hype my brain and give me the power, Staiain. Take control and the bass should kick soon. Really happy to see a Stepmania showcase during this event. Shout out to Musty and Zio on the French restream." We have $500 from Destroy2777, who said, "This donation is in honor of my uncle, who passed due to an aggressive form of cancer, as well as my 2 grandparents, who have also passed due to illness. I want to thank the Stepmania and French communities. The people in them always support one another and strive for the best that we can do together. Staiain, we've all got your back. Here's to keeping the beat and the good fight going." Thank you so much for that $500 donation. That is very, very generous of you, Destroy2777.
All right, welcome to the Stepmania Showcase. I'm Yoshul, or Daiki, whichever one.
I'm Etienne.
I'm Padashi.
And this is Staiain. So as you can see, he's just starting out with a pretty easy file in his standards. If you don't know, this is Stepmania. This is basically a DDR simulator. You hit arrows with the keyboard instead of your feet.
But you can play it with your feet as well. There's a multiple different styles to play this game because it's open source, community driven. You can play it however you want.
And since this is on keyboard, obviously this game can be taken to ridiculous standards. I mean, obviously this can't be done on pad, and it can only be done on keyboard, and this can be taken to extremities to 35 notes a second, which we'll be seeing hopefully soon from Staiain.
So just to be clear, if you're not used to this kind of game, what Staiain's doing is he's hitting a specific button when an arrow lines up with 1 of the 4 receptors at the top. Each key tap is 1 arrow being hit accurately.
So,
all right,
nice
warm
warm
up.
Nice
He missed 1 note out of the entirety of that song, which is pretty crazy.
especially with no grades.
Also, I noticed my timing window is a little bit stricter than the default of the game.
Yeah, so he's playing on like a harder setting than is normally done.
4-4.
Right. Now we're in normal settings. So let's talk a little about accuracy in this game. Whenever you hit a note in this game, the game gives you a judgment. Marvelous is the tightest timing window. It's a mere 45 milliseconds wide. If you're playing a 60 frames per second game, that would be 3 frames wide. Next one after that is 90 milliseconds for perfect, which is 6 frames in a 60 frames per second game. After that is good, boo, great, good, and boo, and then finally miss. And any judgment worse than great will break his combo.
So the type of file he's playing right now is a rather jump streamy file and jump jack based. And what jump streams are is, well, what streams are is a series of fast notes basically, and jump stream is when
You have doubles included, basically.
Yes, exactly.
So they're called jumps because it harkens back to DDR where you have to actually jump to hit 2 notes at once. So a jump stream is a stream and a lot of jumps. Oh my god.
This is my file, by the way, so you can thank me.
So like Padashi said earlier, the community is very this game is very community driven, so all of the maps and charts are created by the community. There's no real official releases. It's all community creating notes to songs, and we're always trying to push the boundaries of how hard you can do.
Whatever you want to do with Stepmania, you can do it. There's even an ability to program other kinds of games into Stepmania because it has scripting inside the step files now. We won't see anything of that today, but you might have seen it on YouTube before.
You might have seen the Undertale one.
Oh, yes.
Very popular with Taro Nuke. Right now he's holding a very good combo, breaking 1,000.
274 BPM? I can't read that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so.
So yeah, we just added in a notes per second graph in the left side, if you can see that. And I don't know what else I can say other than like, what the heck, in terms of how fast he's hitting the notes and how accurately he's hitting the notes as well.
How high his combo is pretty great too.
It's worth mentioning too that these are not memorized, like it's fixed. So you could technically memorize it, but at high levels of play, what you do is you build up muscle memory for every basic kind of pattern of a few notes, and you just stare at the screen, and when you see that pattern, you just reflexively hit it when it reaches the top. Like, there's no conscious thought whatsoever.
Something that just came up the screen were mines, and those were introduced in, I think, ITG. Those are mines as well.
Don't hit them.
Yeah, don't hit them.
Yeah, they just drain your life when you hit them.
Very nice play.
3 misses and
2 greats.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really good.
So that means he hit almost every note within 90 milliseconds of where it actually is. Like,
you think
90 milliseconds total.
Some speedrunning tricks are pretty hard. They're like 3-frame windows, 2-frame windows. Every single one of these are 3-frame windows to get a Marvelous, basically.
All right, so
And so next song is Grief Marvelous? Yes.
shout outs to Hellbind for making an awesome J-Chord song.
Yeah.
And so there are certain charts in Stepmania that are oriented towards different types of skill sets. So this one is more towards stamina, which is basically, or at least this chart is straight jump stream for a really long time. And it's pretty draining if you don't actually have the speed or the stamina to do this.
So what kinds of things can you do to use less stamina during hard files like these?
Well, you can tap lighter. You can develop said stamina by continuously playing these files up to a certain point where you can just dominate it.
Does what you're doing with the rest of your arms matter at all, or is it just your fingers?
People have different preferences. Some people have like their forearms anchored on a table. Some people have their arms completely elevated.
The most popular argument being like plain wrist down or plain wrist up.
It comes mostly down to preference, what you want. For me, I kind of use holding my wrist down to know where my fingers are above the buttons, so I feel safe, like going ham. But if you're hovering, you have to have more control, if that makes sense. It's also more draining stamina-wise.
So yeah, if you notice, he can also talk while he's playing, which is pretty impressive.
It's not easy.
And I'm not sure if the camera can see his keyboard either, but
Hopefully it can, because these key taps are really impressive. Like, those fingers are just going up and down, lightning fast, so accurately. Like, he's not hitting any key presses at all for anything that's not there. It's like so stunning to see in person. So another thing worth mentioning is the incredibly high scroll speed, which is how fast the arrows are going up the screen. This is actually a pretty normal speed to settle on. And the reason why people like Staiain will have the scroll speed so high is so that they can rely only on their reflexes and not allowing their conscious thought to have to memorize anything.
And it can just spread out the notes better.
Right.
To be easier to read certain patterns.
Again, it comes down to preference, what you like to read. If you're more like a rhythmical person, you typically use slower speed because you kind of can see far ahead of what's going to come. You can predict it, but in this case, I'm not very good at that specific thing, so I use higher speed to see less on the screen at the same time and process it faster.
The game has so many modifiers that can cater to your play style. So that's one thing. That's one of the things that are so great about this game. Very nice score. Was that one great? Nice.
Wow, nice.
So you thought that was impressive?
Well,
But there's another thing that Stepmania can do, and that's modify the songs that you're actually playing. So
you can make them a bit faster, let's
just
say.
a little bit.
Just-
Maybe
just
like
a
1.1,
tad.
1.3 times as fast as he just did that. If you notice, it went up to about 24 notes per second at its max, I think.
By the way, we do have a donation from the Norwegian Rhythm Gamers for $1,100.
Wow.
Good stuff.
I'll wait until the end of this song
I'm
to
so
read their
proud of you guys.
comment.
So what I did now, I took the same song and sped it up by 30%. This is allowing me to basically play this game as fast as I can physically process and move my fingers. So you can basically challenge yourself indefinitely. So it's a very good game for people who like self-improvement.
So yeah, this is technically like the easier part of the file. It's not as dense as later in the file, and it's already hitting the density of the speed, of the 1.0 version of this song.
So that's 23 notes per second.
I'll probably hit around 28.
Ooh.
We'll see if we can hit 30 this stream.
Oh.
Oh, that's a shame. Oops.
Oh.
Got it.
Yep, he hit 30 at one point.
Good stuff.
Also, I'd like to mention that usually when you chart songs like this, you want to be as accurate as possible so that the player can actually play along with the song, so that the notes actually correspond to something that's happening in the music, whether it be a drum hit or some sort of melody that's happening. I'm not sure if this is the next song, but sometimes...
Wow.
Sometimes you throw that all out of the window and just put notes really fast and see what happens.
You're probably wondering what AA means. He's been getting that every single song, and basically what happens is there's a grading system, usually from D to quad A, and AA is very good. It's usually a
Good indicator
good
of,
indicator
like,
of how
that you
well you
mastered
perform
the
as a
song,
player.
essentially.
Oh, this song. If you've played a lot of rhythm games, you've probably had this song burned in your head by now, because this is like the song of Sound Voltex.
I'm so sorry.
So
Twitch
please
chat.
spam the lyrics in chat as they come up. Thank you.
I'm not sorry.
He's also playing this on 1.3, just by the way, so it is also 30% sped up.
We're gonna see a lot of timeouts in the chat.
The song is very rhythmical, so you can probably hear it from the key tabs.
Generator. All night long. Overdrive. Blockbuster. Bring power. Don't you cry. Don't you cry. Generator. Guilty. There's no place. Take control.
Rip Twitch chat. Very nice.
Good stuff.
36 perfects.
All right, so the next song is kind of on the silly side.
Yeah, we call these. Oh no.
Feel free to sing along. And also, when I said about not being accurate,
This is called a dump file, and it's, well, it doesn't exactly follow the music perfectly, but it has, as you can see, it's basically an exaggerated version of a normal chart. We create these as a kind of thing inside the community.
I said, hey,
What's going on?
I said, hey, what's going on?
All right.
And he prayed.
Oh my God, do I pray? I pray the silicon day for a revolution.
That was amazing. Mine's,
Yeah, don't hit him.
oh. That was amazing.
Whenever you want, I can read this donation as well from that group, by the way. I'll read it. We are happy to see Staiain showed off what he can do at AGDQ. We are all friends and fans of him, and all of us hope that he or anyone else won't be taken away by cancer, and the Prevent Cancer Foundation aims for just that. Thanks to all the amazing runners performing at this event and the entire crew. You're making this super entertaining and are doing a great job. Thanks. Kill cancer, save the frames, but the animal's fate is up to Staiain.
I want the animals to be alive.
Save the animals. it
Save the
is.
animals.
Oh.
Now for a speed song.
This song's pretty cool. It speeds up constantly until the very end. So try and guess how fast it's gonna get.
It's called 300, by the way. And if you said 300 beats per minute, you're wrong because he's playing it on 1.3. Again.
Oh.
So it's going to go to 400? If my math is right.
Pretty sure it's doing that.
That's not how math works, but okay.
You're right.
I think it's 390 it hits. It's,
Yeah, I think so.
It's close enough. It's fast.
it's very fast, to put it in perspective.
So watch that NPS counter rise.
And he held
Nice.
combo.
See if we can get the next one. Oh!
Oh! Just one.
Now we're approaching 377. 390. And he almost fell
Nice.
off. At double A, 1.3.
So another quick thing about accuracy, if you hit a note way too early, then the note triggers as a miss or a combo breaker. So basically, if you mash as fast as you can, you're just gonna get a lot of combo breakers and fail. So it's not about how fast you can mash, it's how accurate and fast you can hit the notes.
So now we're going into what we call a Bursty File, which has a lot of like very hard spikes with really fast patterns. All right, let's do it.
This is at 1.2x the normal speed because it wasn't fast enough before apparently.
Gotta go faster.
Yeah.
This is games done quick, right?
Oh.
Oh.
Like it's changing from one kind of pattern to another so fast and so often. It's really hard to hit these transitions.
Alright, very nice.
That was actually pretty good.
I think that's an underestimate.
Worth saying that anyone can get this game, pick it up, and start playing, and every day you'll get a little better. It's a journey to get here.
Nice. Oh, that was a shame.
Still a very solid double A, around 97%. 93% is a double A for those who are wondering what the percent thing is for.
In the Stepmania community, we typically, for hard songs, we usually aim for double A first, which is, like, as Etienne said, 93%. So it's kind of like a good
Very
measure
nice.
for where you can
Nice.
keep up a song. All right, so the last song is gonna be,
Kind of a boss song.
yeah, you can say that. It's 5 minutes 44 long, but we're gonna cut a little bit time off that by playing it at 1.2 speed. So this is very, very stamina intense.
This is a mashup of many different songs.
It's a rough start, but
Now, I think it gets faster and faster.
Yeah, it does. The hardest parts are last.
So we're already at 220 BPM. This is a 5-minute final.
Remember, you can't pause in this game. If you start losing stamina in your arms, you have to quit out. Like,
definitely gonna be a fight with stamina.
You got this. Oh. Okay, he's back on track. Yeah.
In really hard songs, you also have to take into account you actually become mentally tired as well. It's not just your hands, you actually get
Right,
tired.
get faster.
Sometimes it can be a matter of forearm stamina that just gets you tired.
Depends really rough. Like hitting those 3-note chords at once during stream, it can be really hard.
That's also known as hand stream, because back in the group when hands were introduced, you would use your hands to actually hit that third arrow, but in this case, you have 4 fingers, so.
As a clarification, in the group is a dance game like Dance Dance Revolution, so you use a pad for it.
So 15 minutes of this wasn't enough to convince you he's good. I hope this will.
So yeah, if you were wondering, he's also one. I think he can safely claim that he's the fastest Stepmania player right now.
I'd say so.
Having a really good combo,
Yeah.
so don't jinx myself now.
This pattern's really rough because there's a very long string of notes on the left column, and you start messing that up, it can be hard to recover because you might have missed a note or pressed one note too many. It's called CB rushing, because if you start getting out of time, you're hitting every note out of time, and you have to like notice it and adjust to it.
Oh, got it.
That was very nice.
Oh, whatever. This happens, you get used to it. This is really dense.
To be able to sustain 25 notes per second is really crazy, especially after pretty much sustaining over 20 notes per second for the earlier parts of this file.
Very nice burst.
Oh, nearly.
Got this.
Thank you for playing.
All right. So my friend at the NSM, which also is a really high-level player, maybe even better than me actually, want to demonstrate some amazing reading ability, where it's not just reading speed, but actually reading really hard, like what we call mods, which modifies the perspective of how the arrows are seen on the screen. So
Go for it.
go for it.
Might have to switch mics.
Use that. Get these shenanigans going. Sorry. Oh.
Watch out for the mic.
All right, we're good.
Alright, so first of all, he's going to make a couple adjustments, turning on specific things.
Trying to look for it.
On 1.2 or 1.0?
Oh yeah.
Got it?
So you guys are wondering where are the notes and where are they going to come from? Well,
There you go.
There they are.
So he's reading two different scroll directions at the same exact time, while the notes are also spinning. And also you can't see where where you need to hit the notes because the receptors are gone as well.
Yeah, he's got to kind of take a gander at where they are.
You can kind of see from where he's hitting it, but
It really helps to
Oops.
kind of know the song, follow the rhythm more than visual. Nice. Nice.
Like, take a look at the combo he has right now. That's incredible.
What he's doing now, he's ghost tapping to stay on beat. Some players find it better to stay on beat by tapping an extra note in between.
full combo.
We have $100 from Nilda Wen, who said, for those StarCraft players out there, 25 notes per second is 1,500 actions per minute. Just FYI. So yeah, keep donations coming in. We have a lot. Holy cow, we have a lot coming in right now. Keep going. Oh, what? We're tied?
All right. I'd just like to give a special shout out to AJ and Kayla for letting me stay at their place before and after AGDQ, since I'm coming all the way from Norway. So really, thank you. Shout outs to the FFR, the OS, and general 4-key communities for being so nice with me and helping me get here. So again, thanks.
That's SM Showcase.
Yeah.